Hi folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics, and today's classic car is this fantastic Rover P4 from 1958. Now, this is a car which I'd previously sold approximately maybe two and a bit years ago to a lovely chap who's based in the Midlands, and we have been storing the car for him and overseeing some improvements to meet his very exacting specification. Now, the car itself has just gone through our workshop, and I can give you an idea of some of the additional work that's been carried out after the lovely car was brought from us, but a little bit more about this car first. Now, the Rover P4 is pretty legendary. It's loved and was known as the poor man's Rolls Royce, also the Auntie Rover, and there's lots of little nicknames, and it's for a lot of people their favourite classic car. And I'm going to have a slow walk round without hopefully making too many of you dizzy, just so we can enjoy this fantastic sight together. So as I mentioned, the car itself is from 1958. It's a Rover 90. Now, the Rover 90 had a 2.6 six-cylinder petrol engine, and this one has a manual gearbox. It has overdrive, and it is actually a total pleasure to drive. As you can tell from the video, she is in a lovely sort of mason black, which is super glossy and shiny. The paintwork, coachwork is in very good condition, really lovely, stunning glass-like finish. I'm slowly going to pan round, and I'm hoping you're seeing what I'm seeing as well. That's chrome work in very good condition, as are the trims. We've got this quite a delicate red line, which is personally, I think it complements the car very nicely, breaks up these large panels. It's only stuck on, so it could be removed, but you'll notice in a minute the car has got that beautiful, lovely, vivid red interior, and of course it works very well with that. We're coming round to the front. Believe it or not, a new old stock grille was tracked down for this car, which is perfect, and you can see just how good it looks. It's a very important part of the car, that Rover front grille, and the Viking ship down there with the 90 and the Viking head on the front. Looks wonderful. Chrome work in excellent condition, and a new set of tyres all round, which makes a big difference on how these cars drive. They're all radials, and as I get in close, see how lovely this paintwork is. So I've had a wander around the car a couple of times, and you can see just how lovely it looks from the outside. If I was critical, I could get in really close and I could see the tiniest of marks there, and you know, I'm really struggling to find any sort of serious issues at all with any of the paintwork here. What can I say? I mean, there's a stone chip here, which is very minor. But believe it or not, this car happens to have its original paint stick. And for those who know the Rover, they probably know what I'm talking about. I'm going to open up and give you that first glance of the luscious red leather interior. Let me show that to you in its full glory there. The fold down headrest, totally retrimmed. Thousands of pounds spent on getting this interior looking this good. Look how lovely the seats are. Let's pull down that centre armrest. See how good condition the carpets are through there. Door cards, all the chrome. And I'm going to sit in the driver's side. Now, I'm going through one of the suicide doors, which was one of the last British cars, other than the very modern Rolls Royce, to have suicide doors. I'm going to shut the door behind me, and look how absolutely glorious this walnut interior it is. It's just been fitted, and I can assure you this is not a cheap piece of refurbishment. A couple of £1,000 to have all of this walnut interior, and that included all around the tops of the doors in that beautiful dark trim. Quite a lot of work involved doing this, and while we were there, you'll notice how excellent these gauges are. These have been refurbished as well. There's your overdrive here. There's that wonderful handbrake mechanism down there. Look at the intricacy of the way that the gear selector works. Isn't that wonderful? Now we've got a modern JVC CD player and radio here, and there's an aerial. Now, one of the little modifications that was carried out is to have a panel here also covered in walnut. That comes with the car, and it's actually in the boot at the moment, and if you wanted to, you could put a period radio in there, have this as a walnut panel, and then perhaps in here, the glove box, you might want to put a modern stereo in there. And discreetly tucked away down in the footwell, you'll see there's a pair of modern speakers here, and there's one the other side. So if you like your sounds and a CD, there's a system all installed. And if I pull this out here, this is a wonderful sight. And look at that, a full toolkit. And I think I was talking about the touch-up paint. I'm not sure what condition this is going to be from 1958, but there's your Holt's touch-up paint. And look at the tools all in there. Isn't that a wonderful find? It's gloriously appointed inside. It really is a pleasure to see one which is as nice as this. Look how beautiful that steering wheel is. These cars drive lovely. That high up front suspension means it soaks up all the bumps really well. These sort of early plastic visors all in very good condition, and nice original headlining. Let's pop in the back because it feels very regal when you step inside one of these Rovers. Just how lovely that is. Well, so I've showed you the exterior of the car. You've seen how lovely it looks inside. I just want to run through one or two notes here just to make sure that I've covered some of the points I wanted to mention. Obviously the car has been subjected to a full restoration at some stage of its life. We're not entirely sure when, but on the ownership of it, the car was owned from 1958 through to 1989 by the same owner, then from 1989 to 2017 when the car was sold at auction. So predominantly this car has been owned over a period of all of those decades by mainly two owners. The car looks to have a stainless steel exhaust system. I know it's rock solid underneath and it's all undersealed. It's all in very good condition. The boot is lovely. Now the engine bay is another treat. One of the things a previous owner wanted to have done is some work under the engine bay. Now I'm doing all this with one hand as I hold my camera, so please bear with me while I open up the bonnet, but it is worth the wait because the car is very lovely under here as well. So I'm just holding this up. As you can see, it's lovely across the bulkhead here. This air breather is all painted, polished aluminium, very clean through the inner wings, and that's that heater motor looking very glorious back there. You can see the air filter box is all powder coated, as is painted all at the top of the radiator here. So when you actually do lift up and look inside, you can see lovely components of the engine all painted or powder coated that really do look wonderful. As you lift up this bonnet, you can imagine how nice it would look at a car show with the bonnet open and people peering inside and looking at that lovely 6-cylinder Rover engine. New hose clips, new pipes, yeah, very, very nice. So let's just drop this back down. Now, as I As I speak, the car is in stock. It is available for inspection. We have full workshop facilities here at Bradley James, so we can have this car popped onto our heavy duty 4-post ramp and it can be inspected, and you will see that it's super solid. The car drives beautifully well. It will be sold by us with a full year's MOT and fully PDI'd before it goes out the door. And well, I would say from an expectation point of view, I can't believe there can be many left in this condition. These are well-loved cars in this country. In fact, talking of that, when I had the car for sale before, I probably had a similar amount of inquiries from mainland Europe interested in this lovely Rover. She does present really, really well. Please get in touch through the usual channels if you do have any further questions. The car does come with a large box file of information, handbooks, history, that sort of thing. And let's have a look at the speedo. So the speedo is saying, let me see, I can't quite see, it looks like 817, so that's a bit of a mystery. I'd take a guess and say that's probably 108,000 perhaps. So folks, this is Danny at Bradley James Classics signing out after showing you around this wonderful Rover P4 from 1958. Recent renovation works carried out to the dashboard. The seating is all immaculate. The paintwork presents perfectly well. It looks very, very good. Good chrome work. Engine bay has been given the once over, so it looks wonderful when you lift the bonnet, and this would be a credit to its owner and anyone lucky enough to own this car. Everybody loves it who sees it. Very positive comments, because people remember these cars, and to see one in this condition, it really must feel like what it was like going to a Rover dealership in the 50s and pointing one of these out. It really does look fantastic. Well, thank you for watching my video, and please get in touch, and if you would like this car to be yours, we can make that happen. We're happy to work with overseas transport partners. We can help out with UK-wide delivery, and the car is going to be going through our workshop. In fact, it's been through our workshop for a pre-sales inspection, and then when the car is purchased, it will come with a fresh MOT certificate, and it will have a full PDI, so it will be ready to go. Thank you for watching the video, folks. Have a great day.